Hello, my name is Dylan Good, and this will be my interpretive walking tour presentation. The site that I shall be going over with all of you today will be Crystal Cove State Park, which is located in Southern California. The topics of discussion will be Los Trancos Beach and its cottages, and the themes that I shall be going over will be the early residents of Crystal Cove State Park and how they changed the park into what it is today. The topics of discussion will be of James Irvine II and the cottages, Cottage 13 in Hollywood, and finally, the California State Park system. Now I hope you're all ready because we're about to take a journey through time into the history of Crystal Cove State Park. Now I hope you're all ready because we're about to go to the beach. At this first station, I will be discussing James Irvine II and the cottages of Crystal Cove State Park. In 1894, James Irvine II purchased Crystal Cove State Park, which at the time only consisted of Los Trancos, which is about 0.5 miles of beach and 3,000 acres behind Crystal Cove State Park. James Irvine II was the creator and owner of the Irvine Company, which at its peak owned about 1/3 of current day Orange County. He transformed Crystal Cove State Park and both its beach and its cliffs into a ranch, which primarily produced barley, oats, wheat, hay, and they also had sheep and cattle grazing on the grasses on top of the cliffs that overlooked the beach. Now, the Irvine Company, due to its size being so large, had many workers, and they had no place to stay. So James Irvine searched around. And then finally, he found the perfect spot for his workers to stay. That would be Los Trancos Beach at Crystal Cove State Park. He then built cottages along the cliffside and on the beach for his workers to stay in and live by themselves or with their family. So they stayed there while they worked for him. At this time, only a small amount of people were allowed on the beach or on the cliff sides that overlooked Crystal Cove State Park. These were the workers of the Irvine Company, their friends and family, and they were the only ones that were allowed to even touch the beach at Crystal Cove State Park. Our second station that I will be going over will be of Cottage 13 and the Hollywood producers that took over Cottage 13. So in 1912, a few Hollywood producers and movie makers got together and decided they wanted a more beautiful location to shoot some movies. And they decided that Crystal Cove State Park, particularly Los Trancos Beach at Crystal Cove State Park, would be the perfect place to shoot these movies. They went in and made a deal with James Irvine II to be allowed to use Cottage 13, which is a cottage that is situated right on the beach that overlooks tide pools, the cliffs, and the ocean of Crystal Cove State Park. Between 1912 and 1925, they shot movies at this location. The most famous of them being Treasure Island. Because of all the movies being made at Crystal Cove State Park, it became a huge tourist attraction. And as the Irvine Company began to move out of Crystal Cove State Park, more and more tourists were allowed to come into the park and recreate on the beach and the cliffs above. At this point, the beach is still only about half a mile long, which was considered Crystal Cove State Park. And at this time, all the cottages at the beach made up about 47 cottages that people were allowed to stay at or use for day use during these times. And the third and final station that I will be going over with you today will be of Crystal Cove State Park and the California State Park system. In 1979, California State Parks purchased Crystal Cove State Park, which was just Los Trancos Beach and the cliffs above, from the Irvine Company. They transformed the area into a marine protected area, and they also expanded the beach. The beach, after they took over, became a whopping 3.5 miles of just pure beach. And they also took over about 2,400 acres in the hills behind the beach for backcountry use. As they took over, they developed many of the trails in the backcountry, and they developed trails down to the beach for people to be used. Many activities after California State Parks took over, people were allowed to participate in. In the backcountry, after the trails were developed, you could hike, camp, and even backpack in the backcountry. Camping was allowed and you could stay overnight. However, the backcountry wasn't the only thing developed at this time. You were also allowed to go in the water and even swim around. However, as all this continued, the main hub of the beach still continued to be Los Trancos and the cottages that surrounded it. However, in 2003, the beach was no longer named Los Trancos, and they transformed that area into what is now considered the historic district of Crystal Cove State Park, which still brings in many, many more tourists than other parts of the beach for them to recreate, both in the water, on the cliffs above, on the hiking trails, and in the tide pools that were located at Los Trancos State Park, Los Trancos Beach. And in 2007, the final cottage was built. It was called Cottage 22, and it was built as a marine research facility. They built this so that they could study all the marine animals, both plants and wildlife in the area, in hopes of preserving them for longer and longer times, so that many people down the line, for generations to come, can come and appreciate the beauty that is Crystal Cove State Park. Well, I hope you all had fun today, because we went over a lot. From the early beginnings of Crystal Cove State Park, from James Irvine II and the Irvine Company, from the park only being half a mile long and only accessible to the workers of the Irvine Company, to being transformed into a hub for movies and tourists, to then being taken over by California State Park system to be transformed into the park that it is today. 3.5 miles of coastal magnificence and 2,400 acres of backcountry beauty. Crystal Cove State Park has come a long way from the humble beginnings that it started off with to now the great park that it is today. I hope that you all enjoyed this presentation. Thank you for coming, thank you for listening, and have a great day.